is great. This song is done. Woohoo! Nothing like a little bit of Karen Drecker first thing in the morning. Well, it's not first thing in the morning, but after a beautiful, beautiful morning, Spirit. OMG. Yeah, like, thank you. And look at that little tail just a wagging. My Rashini's in happy land. He ran all the way down here. Only put him in the carriage here once or twice. Once we reached the bike path. I think it was twice. We get to where there's a lot of road crossings, and I put him up until we get to the other side of the town piece, and then we get down here and cross over to the bike path, and I turn him loose again. I put him up for another gentleman who's coming through with his dogs. I think it was a pug. It's definitely a Doberman, because the Doberman came over to check us out. But really, really good dogs. So I'm not the only one who lets their dogs run free as they're cruising the bike path. However, you can definitely tell the snowbirds that have just come in, because they're to a certain degree, they're inundated with the stay on the right hand side, and then you're coming through with your dog to your left and staying to the left side, and it's like, pardon me, pardon us. Or he was taught by an 8-year-old to stay on the left. And usually there's a little bit of a crack of a smile, and they're like, I get it. So they'll learn, so to speak. It just takes once or twice with one or two of us that are running our dogs next to our bikes. So anyway, what a beautiful 24 hours. I went into that complete surrender piece of, screw time and space, so to speak, It is a made-up concept. I mean, I understand that we need to delve into the Gregorian calendar and be a part of the, I call it military time, for certain things. And this time for me, getting back, you could say, onto a spiritual boot camp. Well, this past year's been like, I've had moments here and there, Spirit. I've had moments here and there where it feels like, oh yeah, I'm getting into a groove. And then you laugh, and it's like, no, you're not. Here's another left turn for you. And boy, though, I would say this past week has definitely been a wow, I'm feeling it. And we've been going through this peeling of the snake and peeling of these layers and healing of the ancestral lines. Yes, the healing of the ancestral lines, the DNA. I hope you can see that hawk that just flew by as I said that. My eyes went up, and I'm like, yeah. There we go. So there's this interesting dynamic or time flip, so to speak. Yeah, timeline shifts, and so it's definitely been this back and forth timeline shift for a little while now, and getting these little blasts and solar flares and all the beautiful planetary alignments and squares, and because Kazimis and the comets, and we've really been in it. And I think I was sharing yesterday about how, we're kind of in that last swoosh type of thing. Like we almost got the snake skin peeled off, almost completely. And that yet, swoosh, there it went. And then the rest of us catches up. And it is the assimilation process. It's the walk and the talk. And oh my gosh. So I'll just shift to, I got back or we got back yesterday after our beautiful adventures, and went into Shavasana for a little while after eating some good food. I mean, I love my peppers and hummus. Rashini, no, don't you stick with the mole. Stick with the mole. You hear? Good boy. And so, I do love my peppers and hummus. I do love my apple and peanut butter. I adore my banana and granola cereal and coconut water. I don't even do coconut milk, it's coconut water. And I love my protein shakes, and I'm like, this is the good voodoo shit that works for me. And then I realized that the new carrier that Spirit that you've had me order, what it's going to do for the carrier I have right now, as far as being able to keep things kind of in a cooler situation in Hoopsie. And I went through this little period of, no, I am not going to go into the financial humdrum. I am not going to go into that space. This is a gift that has been given, and I know how to live sparingly. I've been doing that for years and years and years with, turning my life over to the dogs, and then turning my life over to the nonprofit, and then to the ministry, and now it's working the gifts and doing the pieces, and listening to tuck this away, tuck that away, get this, you're gonna need that type of thing, and following my intuition, and knowing that all my needs are taken care of. All of my needs are taken care of. All of my desires are being fulfilled. And so, and then our new theme, we had our beautiful celebration today with the topic and the prayers, and kind of wrapping that up with the stone, and at least for me, with the prayer stone from yesterday to today, because it felt like a carryover. And then this morning, waking up at that 1:30 hour, like clockwork, and just enough to kind of be in this awareness state, and then going back in and being in a lucid dream state, and getting up at that between 4 and 4:30 hour, and I had all the beautiful time in the world. And then because the rest of the world, you could say, switch times, we don't switch time here in Arizona. However, the rest of the circle switched times, and it was like, wow, now this is a really good hour. And so instead of switching zones, actually I switched time zones. So went from Pacific time to Mountain time, because, like I said, Arizona doesn't change times, so it just worked out so beautifully. And yay. So and you could say maybe there is even a newer crew, an hourly crew maybe, down here at the bike path and our space. We're not continuing on down into yonder land where we were before, where the white herons and so forth are. We're going to wait for that bike path to fully open, and that's what I keep hearing, is wait for it to fully reopen before heading down that way again, and just because of all of the migratory things taking place and the houseless folks taking advantage of that space right now. I don't blame them, I would too. So however, we're not going to put ourselves into that position again. So he's just having a blast down there. This is so good for him, to allow him to be a dog for a little while. And I'm getting the nudge. I'm feeling the energy of emptying Hoopsie out a little bit and be ready for the pieces to show up, and do a reorganization and a recalculation, and then Monday morning we can go to the post office and mail a couple pieces that I know need to go, I know need to be moved and where they need to go. However, the rest of it, I keep hearing, just allow it to go to the Humane Society or set it out front. There's some pieces that I can set out front of my little apartment, and I know that there are a few other veterans that have moved in, some newer veterans that NCHP has lovingly housed and getting them, into a good way, and, maybe they can use them. So, yeah. But it was just between that beautiful space of yesterday, of catching those stones revealing themselves to me, and that big, huge sensation through the heart center, the higher heart center, not the heart center itself, the higher heart center. I have not uploaded that video yet. I was allowing it to really assimilate and really settle in with that feeling. And yes, and then this morning is just like, whoa. Like, been here before, but differently. I'm still not able to really pinpoint the feeling, really have words to express it as of right now. But we went into our new theme. Our new theme this upcoming week is being a fractal. Something about a fractal. That little facet of the diamond, that little fractal. There's a little bluebird that landed in this tree right over here. Right? I'll get my finger up here, right in there. Little tiny bluebird. Whoa. Somewhat she flew off. Oh, I'm sorry, I moved the camera. Didn't mean to do that. Maybe I was following the bird, I don't know. Okay, well, we've had our lunch already. I've had my shake already. Coffee, the rest of my coffee from the morning has gotten cold. Just keep adding water to it. And I love hot water, and then pretty soon I'll add my tea and Devil's Club into it. And just, yeah. So, family on their walk with their coffee. It's adorable. Sunday morning get together, walking through nature. Hey, hey. All right. Ooh. You had a good space there, dude? What you doing? What you doing? Okay. Love you, Lude.